What's up, guys? So I have a box here full of Dio building materials. So I felt that maybe I should share what I have and what I use for making dioramas. And yeah, it's gonna be like a diorama 101. Okay, so I have this large box here, plastic box, and I keep everything here. Let's see. Alrighty, so first thing I recommend is getting Craft Smart paints. These paints are very good and they don't cost a lot of money. They're like a dollar usually, or a dollar, two bucks. So these paints are really good and they come in all colors. I recommend this one for red because the red is so intense. It's really good for the bricks. And it's called Craft Smart. I think it's outdoor, yeah, outdoor. So look for the green label, acrylic paint. So for the bricks, use this red because it's like a really bright red. I really like it, so it's really good for the bricks. And everything else is, yeah, you know, whatever you feel like. I just have some basic colors like white and black and red, just for the building walls. So. And what is this? This is plaster. Plaster, you add water to it and it turns hard. So I use this for the bricks. So when I finish the bricks, that's like the last part of the building. When the bricks are painted, I pour some of this with water, mixed with water, and then with a big rag, I clean it off, the excess, and then it seeps through all the little bricks. And it makes this beautiful like white line between all the bricks, and it looks really nice. So I highly recommend it. Oh man, I spilled some here. Look at this, making a big mess. I have to get some more too because I'm running low on that supply. Okay, so another thing that you need is magnets. So these are ceramic magnets, and they are really good for you know, putting two pieces together. And it's one of the main things that I like about the diorama, these dioramas, that you can build them and unbuild them and store them away. So it's really cool. Unfortunately, I don't have any right now because I sold all my dioramas. So, but in the future, I will be building some new ones, but that's not for selling, for myself, because I'm not selling anymore. I used to build them for selling. So, okay, so this thing is really interesting. This is aluminum. If you can get your hands at any aluminum, it's really good, because what I did with this is, if you want to build like an electrical box or something, with a ruler and some pliers, you can build like a square or a rectangle, or even that thing that goes at the bottom of a door. It's like a rectangle. If you just cut out a piece and glue it there, it looks so nice. It just adds an added quality of realism to your diorama. So I highly recommend this. Where do you get this? Okay, you go to Complete Sculptor, the Complete Sculptor, and you ask for an aluminum roll of these. They should know what it is. So it's in New York. It's a store, and that's one of the best stores for sculpting. So supplies. So look for it there at the CompleteSculptor.com. Okay, all right. So these things, these little things right here, I use for dirt and stuff you see on the ground. This is like stuff you use for railroad train hobbyists. And I went to a hobby store and I bought this. It's called Talus. Or maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. It cost me $5. This is highly recommended. You pour some of this with glue on the surface of your diorama, and it looks really nice. It looks like debris, dirt, rocks on the floor, and the scale of it is really nice. Like it scales really well with 1/12 figures, which is what most of the dioramas are used for. I bought this one because the scale of this is even smaller, as you can see. And I bought this at Michael's. I can't remember how much I bought that for. Then I have some sand in case I need some sand. And these right here are the most used with this one. And this is just a little larger. And these are called gray cores, talus. These are also in the hobby store. Wherever they sell trains, you'll find it. Really good stuff. I got a jar here full of sand, just in case I wanna build something, you know, like somewhere where there's a lot of dirt and stuff. This is sculpting material. This is aluminum wire. You don't really use it that much for dioramas, but I use it for sculpting. So one thing that you do use a lot is wood, balsa wood. And balsa wood, just get as much as you can, all sizes and shapes. So when you're building your diorama, you can put borders on the ledges and it looks just really, really nice. Or you can build a fire escape or a ladder or something like that. Like when I first started building dioramas, I built this really highly detailed fire escape, and it looks so nice. And I recommend for cutting the wood to use a Dremel, because the Dremel just cuts clean real nicely. So yeah, get a lot of wood of all sizes and shapes. Okay, so here's a really neat trick for pipes, water pipes, sewer pipes, and all that. I really highly recommend, and this is free. You get this for free at stores. You go to like a McDonald's or Burger King, and you can get yourself straws of all sizes and shapes. And these straws you can use for the piping, and you just glue them together with crazy glue, and you can use them for the piping. And that's what I would do. You know, you just connect them and glue them together. Oh, here's one, see? So you paint this black and then silver, and you got a water pipe. And this little strip right here is a strip of clay, air drying clay. And it's the best thing for highly detailed water pipes like that. And it really works, you know? And you use a piece of clay to connect these two parts right here, like a V, like an L-shaped connector. And you use crazy glue. And there you go. And the longer you take to build your water pipes, the more detail you have. I used to use these foam strips for the strips right here, like that, and use crazy glue. But I find it better using clay, and especially air drying clay. So remember that. That's a really neat trick. And then I get for electrical boxes, I get the coffee straws. And coffee straws, you do the same thing. You connect them with a piece of clay and you glue them together. And you got yourself some really nice electrical wires, or whatever you want to call them. They're like the really thin ones you see on walls. And if you combine all that together, it just adds such a high level of detail to your diorama that it looks really professional. That's what I used to do. I used to do some really highly detailed dioramas, and I used to put so much, like super detailed, and then I would try to sell them, but they wouldn't sell for the work that you put into them, right? Most people just want to buy something that doesn't have a lot of detail. So that's what I learned about trying to sell dioramas, that if you're gonna put a lot of detail, just do it for yourself, you know? Like, keep the diorama for yourself. But if you're gonna wanna sell it, I recommend you just do basic blocking and a little bit of detail and sell it, because people just don't wanna pay high, you know, a lot of money for something like that. I don't know why. I mean, if you work on something for 2 weeks, you know, and you put your heart and soul into it, you should get your money what it's worth. You know, you're an artist, but that doesn't work out that way, guys. Okay, so another thing, get this wire mesh at Michael's. This wire mesh is so freaking awesome. You could put it behind windows. Oh, that's another thing you can build with these wood parts, wood pieces, window ledges, windows. So this stuff is very flexible and stretchable, and this stuff I usually put it behind a window or like a broken fence, or you can even build a fence with this. And the straws, you can put them as a support beams. And yeah, this stuff is great. You can find it at Michael's. It's flexible wire mesh. It's like $6 for a pack. You stretch it into whatever shape you want. And this looks really nice with your diorama. Okay, what else do I use here? Okay, this is another trick. Let's say you want an electrical box, but to sculpt electrical box, it's kind of hard, right? So what you do is you take some clay and you take these blister backings. See? So don't throw away when you buy something like knives, like hobby knives or something. Don't throw away these blister molds, because these are really good for making electrical boxes. And then you can connect the electrical boxes with those little straws that I just showed, and put like little detail on them, and they look so freaking good. Here's one. See? So just get a little one. There's one that I used to always use. It should be around here. And yeah, I would a bunch of them in there. I can't find the one that I was always using. And let's see. Oh, this. I built this out of the wood. So you can build one of these. Just cut the pieces and glue them together with just Elmer's glue. And this you can use to push in the bricks from the foam. And this stuff is really awesome because you can push in a brick and then it looks like uneven, and the unevenness makes it look more realistic. So that's another little tip, another little secret. And then like really high-tech stuff, you can use basic styrene plastic. This stuff you can use to build also an electrical box. Get a really thick one. Styrene sheets. Here's the measurements. And you can build a little electrical box or something, like just, you just cut out the pieces and glue them together. And like right here, I built the lid for my Sentinel head, which is a mechanical neck. And then I used the top of a Tylenol bottle for the cylinder part, and then that part is for the bottom part. And then I glue them together, and voila, you have a mechanical Sentinel neck. So, and that Sentinel head goes really well with all these dials, especially for you X-Men guys. Okay. Yeah, and that's it. This is basic stuff. Magnets are really important. Also, I have here some plastic tubing and stuff. This you can also use for your dioramas. Oh yeah, this one right here, I use this big large piece for doors. You just cut the piece the right size, and then you put some detail work for windows with the wooden pieces, and then you can back it up with the mesh, You can use a piece of plastic from a blister card for the actual glass window and cut it out in the right size. And you just paint the door and weather it, and you have a freaking really awesome door. Yeah. See this stuff here? There's some airbrushing supplies that I have here. Also, if you get a spray can, you can build some cutouts, and then you can, with the spray can, you can do some really nice graffiti work on your dioramas, like this one. See, Muties. I have one for Nimrod and all that. You just cut it out with an X-Acto knife. I recommend you use canvas. Put canvas paper. It's the stuff they use for painting. Canvas paper is like flexible and it's like a fabric. And then you just, you know, write the letters that you want for your graffiti, and then you cut them out with an X-Acto knife. And then you go to spray can, you just go over it, and there you go. You have really nice graffiti on your diorama. And yeah, that's it. All right, so just wanted to show you guys a basic diorama supplies that you should have if you want to build some really nice stuff. And I'm out of here.